Well, Keith, good races all around yesterday. I did want to
Yeah.
mention we had a 17-1 shot, $37.80. You did mention that horse, Frosty the Giant,
Oh,
underneath
okay.
as far as part of a flow on the race for
A-
yesterday. So again, just keep in
We're
mind.
trying to keep these
Yeah.
prices a rolling. Hope you use a little flat bet on Katie Voss's horse. The name's going to escape me. The 9 favorite was won the race. Rudy Sanchez Salaman won it. That horse had a good number at 25 to 1. A really good trip up the inside,
Yep.
split horses to get that second for you. So, no, we're right around it. We're seeing the ball pretty good right now, and we've got to
Right.
take advantage of that. This is a great betting card today. Phenomenal card. A couple stakes. We had some great stakes yesterday, but I really like what we're seeing. So it could be a couple
Yeah.
trips to the bank machine today.
Well,
No.
we're going to touch into that a little bit later for
Yeah.
sure. Today at the races here, looking at the fast track that we've got going
Yeah.
on here today. Winter it's not officially winter yet, but it sure feels like it today, Keith.
It's brisk out there. A little wind. It's picking up 15, 20 miles an hour, some gusts here and there, but we'll deal with it. Track was sealed yesterday. It's opened up today, heralded all evening, so we are ready to go for this big card. 9 races. I thought might have said 10, 9-race card.
Absolutely. Let's start with race 1. That
All right.
does, in fact, kick off our 12% low industry takeout early pick 5, going a mile on the dirt second wire finish for these 2-year-old scratches in the 5, 6, and 9 in this maiden claiming 30,000 effort. Keith, you got the number 4 on top. Biravino Boulevard here, Rudy Sanchez, Salmon, Thais Light, Pustina, 15 to 1. It's keeping that 15 to 1 morning line as of this recording.
Yeah, we'll come down a little bit. Daddy Yankee, the other Rudy, is out, going to be re-entered. 5 horse is out. The 9 is another one that was re-entered. Magical Mondays. That leaves me. I mean, I start the day with a price, and I've got a lot of prices
You
on
do.
today's card. So
You
Biravino Boulevard, it's going to go first off the claim. He's a second-time gelding. I like that angle. He took play last time out. Looked to me like a horse, body-wise, that wants to go a little bit longer. There's route within the family, certainly topside street sense, but just didn't want to be rushed off his feet. Was hustled into the race, dropped back, and tried to come back on again. This is a real mishmash of horses. Some firsters that could take a little play from Brittany and Ness. But 3 races under its belt, second off a little break, second-time gelding. A more relaxed flow. I think Biravino Boulevard can kind of be forward and steadily advance into it around the turn and hang through this longer stretch run. Yeah, start the day off with a number 15 to 1 morning line.
Absolutely. Talking about the 13 who does draw in on the outside, Wilding Lane, George Weaver, Angel Cruz tries dirt for the first time here today.
It looks like a key draw in. Weaver again. I don't want to rail him too much, but the percentages from a win standpoint haven't been there with these horses. That being said, took okay play in that maiden special weight event, a little bit of a belated rally with some issues on the turf. We go turf to dirt. Family is certainly there. Yes, would not be a surprise getting in here as a first-time gelding. 13 Wilding Lane. Always have to pay attention to those horses that kind of sneak in. The 1 Imperial Spy I like. 2 sprints. Now we're going a little bit longer by Blofeld. A high percentage route winner there. I think Imperial Spy is going to definitely benefit from that experience. Comes out of a little quicker flow last time. This is another one with Matilda Burnham, who stole it on the front end with the Feliciano horse at a price yesterday. Can be forward and stay the trip. 413, 111. You've got the 2, Lightning Boss. This is the firster for Brittany Russell. I know she has teamed up with his owner quite a few times, right, Cal? And gotten the
Joe
job
Plenty.
done with some first-time starters.
Not only with some first-time starters, but of course that champion turf mare that they have together. Name is
Maserati, yeah.
There we go. Brittany escapes me, but and this is kind of ties into that as well. Brittany started both of the dams half siblings, Thunder Boss and Underboss for just for that kind of slow profile in these first couple of starts, but slow works. They're kind of just cutting to the chase here in this mile distance. That's what kind of attracted me. And with Brittany, with these first-time routers, first-time starters, that's a little bit of a trend that's been okay. So depending on the price, I'm guessing that I won't. 6 to 5 right now, so I'm going for it. I was hoping for a little bit more of a price. There's a chance we might be getting it later on down the day. So
I think this horse will float up a little bit prior to post time. That's an awfully strong. It's probably not a lot of money in the pool to influence it just yet. Obviously, playing that angle, but you're right. Both siblings are multiple winners and did hit the board first time out.
Yeah, and they ended up being more routing type anyway.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Brittany's just cutting to the chase on that. Let's go ahead to race number 2 that starts the early pick 4 in a claiming 7,500 for the 3-year-olds and up. A condition race. So, since May 30th, they're never won 4, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt, if I didn't mention that. Scratch in the 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. Those are the AEs. Keith, you go and land on the number 8. Guaponess, of course. This is in the barn of Rudy Sanchez Salmon now. Angel Cruz. We knew this horse while being in the barn of Jamie Ness in the beginning of its career, but we've got a special stat that you provided us here.
Yeah, this is when we bring the stat back from the other day. But Rudy Sanchez Salomon, going to need him here for the early double. It'd be nice. Last 3 years, 5 for 8, 63%, 7 for 8 in the money. Turf to dirt, sprinting, and that lower claiming level, less than 10,000. The ROI is $6.10. This is a real scramble of a horse race. I like the way this horse closed in at Timonium against, I think, a little bit better horses. Took the rating behind Rad Paisley, 3 or 4 starts back on that muddy sealed surface. We're back to a fast surface today. Couple questionable horses going early, but Guaponess has enough positional speed when I'm really breaking down this bunch to get in striking distance, leaving the 3 ace ball. I'm hoping Cruz kind of sets up shop a couple lengths off of it from there and go ahead and make that move. Has the stamina build up off of those turf routes. Should stay. Loose Goose, got to use this horse. That Eubanks, Rising Sun, first time gelding. Really, I don't think he's ever tried 6 furlongs. This will be, something new. But in a condition race today, run against better, as we talked about, some questionable speed horses up top. This horse should definitely make a good run into it. Use Monster Mason and use Brazilian Air as well, 8-3-6-9 as we move on a big card.
Yeah, and the next race is an allowance, optional claiming 40,000 for race number 3, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-old and up. Scratches in the coupled entry in the number 1, Don't Wait Up, and then in the 3, Fun Notion. You have it Tenebris on at top. Of course, in the barn of Bruno Tessori, Dennis Arujo. We've seen this horse time and time again.
Man, we got a tough relationship, me and the old 7-10.
You do.
I last time broke in between 3s. I thought I was getting a steal at 9-1. He didn't pick his feet up. But you know what? It's third off a break. That's not the greatest percentage. I did look. But moves outside. Maybe he just doesn't like kind of being towards the inside. You look at some of those races back last January, February, outer draws and 6-7 horse fields, ran big, and they don't really drop this horse. There's still a little bit of a protect here in for the 40. Has enough speed to lay close if he breaks sharp. We've got a Rojo. They teamed up. Jockey Trainer ran a big second with Elephant Ears yesterday. Why not lay close and stalk? Speed's going to be take a hint, freeze the fire, Mr. Antonelli. They're fast. All 3 of them got some quicks to them. Maybe Tenebrae at a number can stalk and pounce. I think Take a Hint is moving back towards a really top race, and he's shown the ability, if need be, to go ahead and sit just off of it and make a pop move off the pace. This is a good race, Mr. Antonelli. We'll talk about that one real quick. Marici, this horse has speed, positional speed, and can fight it out. Coming back to Laurel. She is 8 for 22 now, 36% the last 45 days on the Laurel dirt. 2 wins yesterday. Miss Buchero winning that stake. This barn is rolling. Take a hint. I like your top selection. I'm looking for just a little bit of a price here. This will be my final shot with old Tenebrae. Yes.
Famous last words.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
if I
keep
entirely
chasing.
believe that.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead. 7581A for Keith Fusel. Let's go ahead to race number 4, and that does start the Rainbow Pick 6. Got a ticket lined up for you. I almost didn't want a single at all. My first draft that I made when I first went through these races, I did not have a single at all. I went to the 9 in the last race for a single, but I did also have the 3 in that race. So a little bit. I wish I could have gone a little bit bigger just because this, like you said, tricky card. There's a lot of really nice competitive races going on. I would at least, if you can spend it for fun, maybe add 1 horse per each leg that I've got there just to kind of give you a base structure, a $21.60 ticket, as that does begin in an allowance optional 40 here, going 2 turns, a mile and 16th on the dirt for the girls 3 and up. Scratch in the coupled entry 1A, Dream Chaser. Keith, you have the number 8 on top and Mavelous on the outside. Georgie Ruiz here with Carlos Mencia team.
Here's another number for you. Mencia at a price. Ruiz reunited. Ruiz in for the ride, I guess, for the stake.
Yep.
For Trombi, a little bit later in today's card. But take a look at the races of Mavalis with Georgie Ruiz. Now, you're looking at like maybe a lower to mid-70 buyer figure is going to win this race. Very capable, 69, 74 most recently. That was at Delaware. And I'm looking at this setup. There's not a lot of huge speed, but I think Sandra D is going to be aggressive. I'm getting there, wants to go ahead and be forward. There's a couple horses here that want to be close to lead. Even I Can Run, I do think will get position here with Toriaba. That horse at an 8-1 is – you got this horse on top. I like that, Callie. Good pick. Okay. And but no, Mavalis, I think can just sit. Has won at this distance. Look, she is 7 for 9. 3 for 9 on top with wins at this distance.
Okay.
Likes Laurel. I think the key is Ruiz. He knows this mare. He can get the best out of her. Look for her to make a steady run off the pace.
Absolutely. Love that, Keith. Talk about the number 4 that you have underneath here. Gold Digging Broad, Miguel Vera, Jean Bursino. I want to say doesn't have anything to prove on the dirt, and she doesn't, but at the same time she does a little bit after that performance last time out.
Yeah, and Turf to Dirt has been good for her. Her last couple moves doing this, very, very good. Another one, I don't know if she's as quick as Sandra D or maybe one or two of these other horses, but again, she's got versatility on her side. She can ramp it back up. Again, doesn't have the biggest of moves, but if she's right, she's going to be striking right around the 3/8 to the quarter pole. I think that's where she's going to make her biggest move and try to carry it from there. Yes, a user for me. Ruda, another one, got the better of Gold Digging Broad in that race. Gold Digging Broad, I think, was 1-2 that day, much better price. She's just kind of developed a better closing style. She's sustaining runs a little bit better, is Ruda, and I Can Run. Going back to your top selection, stretching back out to 2 turns, very adept at 1 mile and a 16th. I like this one here with the rider. Toriaba, 4 winners yesterday. Probably continues with a win or 2 today.
Absolutely. I think you're right on par with that. As we go ahead to a restricted allowance in race number 5, that also starts the late pick 5, of course, as well. Those pools are always just a little fun there. But we're going short. We go from long to short, 5.5 here on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 8, Haley's First Notion. You have the number 7, Must Be Love on top. Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez, why not? Coming back off of the turf.
You see some of our picks, some of these in these races. We're all over the map, and it's that kind of day. You got to like that from a gambling perspective. So stick with your guns. Go ahead, and if we've got something to offer at a little bit of a number, go ahead and toss that in.
We've done
as well. Past. Hopefully, we can wake something up. But yeah, Must Be Love, interesting. Back off the turf to the dirt, 5.5. Maybe just a shade too short. But I'm still going to take a shot with this guy. I look at that race. It's, 5 racing back at Parks going 6.5. Got that 21 and 444 and change, and a very sharp move to just blow the field away. Keys up against Freedom Road, who just missed in the Claiming Crown down at Churchill Downs for Ricky Silliman. I believe that's the horse, if I'm not mistaken. But anyhow, that was a little bit longer. But Must Be Love. Turning back, turf to dirt. 2 races back went long. I think this one, you're looking at SS Sinatra, Doc Linkus, Cativa Ragazza, a lot of horses with some speed, Bandits, Golden Shot. Things set up nicely for this Nest runner at a square number 9-2 with J-Rod. Video Spotlight horse is the 3, Doc Linkus, holding very good form for Hugh McMahon. We're going to go back. This horse is going to make its 4th start. The Son of Opportunity has done nothing wrong in 3 races. This particular afternoon, November the 10th, Cativa Ragazzo got a little issue at the gate, but quickly recovered to go ahead and get that lead. But, man, was hounded every step of the way. Doc Linkus goes ahead and makes that move around the turn to apply the pressure. Straight and true here past the 8th pole to go ahead and win by a length and 3/4. Now back to the state-bred, state-sired. 5.5. He'll be thrust into the race. He's going to have to be tied on, though. But, man, he looks like he's just got that style. He can run fast and just keep on going up front. Doc Linkus, yes, the 5, Great Heavens. I like this one as well. Fresh, okay, hasn't been seen since June. Good, steady string of workouts. He's definitely going to appreciate the flow with the right kind of rider to time that run from off the pace. I bet you he's on the rail or near the rail midway on the turn and going to work out a trip from there.
There we go. Sear prediction from Keith Fusel there in race number 5. We'll be right back after this commercial for the rest of Saturday's card. course, welcome back. Of course, our jackpot super high five. You know what time it is, and that is in race number 6. A nice carryover from Friday and from yesterday. Excuse me. Yeah, yesterday was Friday. How silly me. 4-day weekends got me all jazzed up in the brain and not the best way. But to get back to this allowance that does begin and end here in the jackpot super high five. Also starts the late pick 4. Keith, you graced us with a ticket yet again.
Well, late pick 4. We were around it yesterday. And going back to race 5 real quick, Laddie Dance, another one. Don't kind of leave out of the mix. Bobby Leaf right now. Don't underestimate the power of Bobby Leaf.
Yeah.
Recent months, these horses are striking, running big at big numbers. Okay, anyhow, late pick 4 action. $24 ticket. 610 gets you started. Really like War Master today for Ness. He could be in for a good day. As Jamie Ness, he's got a bunch of runners that are live. Race 7, 2, 3, 4, and 7, a little spread-a-rama. Race 8, 8, and 9. Celtic Contender speeding as they look like the controlling flows. Tingus Twin, I think, has got a shot in there. You could use that one. Love Me Tender is probably going to take plenty of play, but I think the 8, 9 offer a little bit of value there in race 8. Spread if you need to. Race 9, 3, 7, and 9. Silver Trinket, Ready for Magic. There's your price at 10 to 1, and Bougie Bubbles, 24.
Perfect. Yes, I see it. I'm glad you had included the 3 there as well in your last leg.
Okay.
Definitely there. $24. Keith Fusel's got a pretty good ROI, and it does begin the first leg and the jackpot super high five here in this allowance, going a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratches in the 1, 8, and 11. Keith, you and I both have the number 6, War Master, Jamie Ness, coming off of that really fun run in that state bred allowance from last time out. In fact, let's take a look at that effort with with Michael Sanchez on.
Yeah, I've been a fan of this guy since his debut, where he started back last October, 23. Man, it was a big run, powered away. And he's reeled off 3 in a row. You know, 2 races back, he got it done sprinting with a relentless run. And this 1-turn mile, I think, is just perfect for his style. What I like is he's able to reel in the lone speed. That was a 3 to 5 Brittany on the front end. Horse that looked like he had it all his own way. But watch War Master. He just sustains. Sanchez, he's been aboard for all 3 of these wins, recent wins. I think right back. Looking how things might set up. Things might be even a little bit more contested up front. Hit the Road Jack, certainly going to be forward. Uncle Cat, dangerous. A trouble trip, last 3/16 of a mile last time out. Stretches back out. I think those 2 are going to be the flow in this race. But War Master, he didn't need that duel last time. He can kind of do his own thing. He runs his race from off the pace, and I like him right back today. Collection Day was super strong last time out behind Winterfell, who's a user today. Step slow, 4 to 3 wide every step. Dead game, Mike Gorham barn. Watch out right now, a winner. 2 winners, right, in the last couple of days.
Yes.
Pay attention. This barn is rolling right now. But the race certainly could go through, hit the Road Jack. Might be able to sit just off of Uncle Cat and get that lead. He better be tied on. He's run some big efforts. It was a good try, I thought, last time out in the Maryland Million, coming back with Lasix. But he's got to look in the rearview mirror. Leaving that quarter pole 3/16, I do think Collection Day and War Master will be setting their sights.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead to some stakes action here in race number 7 in the safely kept. Going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the straight 3-year-old fillies. Scratches in the 1, the 6, and a late scratch in the number 10 in Ringy Dingy, the New York ship, and they are going to go elsewhere. Let's talk about your number 7.
Yeah.
Home game that you have on top here. William Morey, Jamie Rodriguez. That attracts something at 12 to 1.
Yeah, going to come down a little bit for sure. This complexion of this race changed with the scratch of the 1. I thought was going to go ahead and try to go from the inside. And at 7/8, I think home game, looking at those tries, 6.5 and a mile down at Ellis, it's going to work. More coming in, going to run here with J-Rod at a good number. Last race was good. Another kind of re-rally to run second behind a horse that went over to Mahoning and beat a good bunch in the Mahoning distaff last week. And I like the way that she was able to control the flow at a mile at Ellis. Now we're going 1 turn. I think that's a 1 turn coming out of that chute, if I'm not mistaken.
At Ellis?
At Ellis. It's got that little hook.
I believe you're right.
But anyhow, home game to me at this kind of number and the scratch of the 1. I had to change things up a little bit. But I tell you what, I like this one. I really like Ronan Goddess. I like Hammy's horse, both of his horses today. We'll talk about Celtic Contender in the next race. But Ronan Goddess at 7/8 certainly works. She's got a lot of heart, good effort. When caught wide, a long way behind Irish Max, but that's a in-form horse right now, serious horse. She's carrying very good form for service. Out to 7/8. Remember that race at a mile where she just kind of cruised on up and went on with it? She's got a little bit more possessional speed than what you think, though, as well. And she's going to have to use it here because I don't think anybody, I'm hoping Home Game gets it her own way up front. But if the pressure starts, I think she can apply it a little bit earlier if she needs to with Torrealba.
Absolutely. Who do you want to cover first, Sheila's War Cloud or Dazzling Move in those? Because you've got Sheila's
You'll go with your top selection. Yeah, Sheila's War Cloud.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that effort in the Maryland Million Distaff last time out, going this course in distance of 7 furlongs.
No, she loves the 7/8. 4 for 4 in the money with a win. Got some good pace up front in the Maryland Million Distaff and swings high and wide here, about 5 or 6 wide, top of the stretch. Foxy Jr. just a little too good. She came back to win the 38 go-go. But watch Sheila's War Cloud again. I mean, this last 16th of a mile, maybe Foxy Jr. a little bit tired after, those tough internals. She really striding out nicely for Justin Nixon. I like her right back. She likes Laurel Park a lot. Dazzling Move, go to that video as well. Good feel last time out in the Pumpkin Pie at Aqueduct. Got position, laying close there towards the inside. This is why Ruiz is here. He's ridden her the last 4 out of 5 tries. She runs well for Georgie. Has to tap the brakes a little bit. Waiting there at the quarter pole is going to go ahead and work outward. Just not quite good enough. But when you kind of look at the field, 4th place finisher came back to run a 92. She's keying up against the right kind. She's back against straight 3-year-olds. Again, she's got enough. You saw that. She was close enough from around mid-turn. She could probably get up there and join Home Game a little sooner if needed. Interesting race here to the 3/8 Bowl, how things develop.
Absolutely. And with that, let's go on from race number 7 at the 7 furlongs to race 8, also at the 7 furlongs here in the City of Laurel Stakes for the 3-year-olds. This is for the boys here. Scratch in the number 7 Deposition. You and I both go with the number 8 Celtic Contender, Hammy Smith. Hard to knock this one now. Great form, winning off of the Maryland Million Sprint.
Yeah, it goes for 3 straight. What can you say? You just look at this guy, and I'm going to envision this race. God knows I just look at races. I'm going to tell you how the flow, especially people that are here that are new. They're just looking at horses. They may not have the PPs. Right. I'm trying to paint a picture of how things are going to unfold in this race. Well, we know one thing: speediness is going to go. So if you're betting the 9, the 9's going to go to the front with a clean break and going to try to take this field coast to coast. He was really good with speediness off of a break when they said he wasn't quite 100%. He was dogged by another hammy runner and kept on going. I think he's the target, but Celtic Contender. You look at these races, 7/8 of a mile, 2 races back against Doc Linkus. We saw how sharp he is. This guy's just getting better and better and better. And I think, again, he's got maybe a little bit more positional speed than I don't say the most of this field, but by a couple of these. Patinga's Twin and Love Me Tender will be interesting to see where they get positioned. But I just like the form that this guy's holding. He is an improving 3-year-old, and I think can keep it going for Hammy Smith. It's going to be an interesting stretch run because I think 8 takes target on the 9. These 2 might emerge. Then we're going to have to see. Well, a horse like Winterfell or Patinga's Twin or even Love Me Tender come running. We'll get a video spotlight of Love Me Tender. We'll talk about that one. This horse is going to take considerable play based off of that 95 buyer last time out down at Keeneland, the Perryville. That was a race. Was this a race that Post Time ran in last year, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought so. And this did not have a comfortable trip, did Love Me Tender. Was kind of between horses, I should say, and never really got comfortable. Once he got outside, say the last 16th of a mile, he leveled off to a little bit better stride. Thanks. There's the spotlight, a little drift in, maybe still a little touchscreen. He's only had 3 starts, getting that kickback at Keeneland. But I do like the way he finishes up. That was a salty bunch in the Grade 2 Perryville. Right back at you. He's never run at Laurel.
Right.
Different surface, so you've got to deal with that as well. He's 2 at Colonial, 1 at Keeneland, first try here. And this Laurel surface can play definitely a little bit different than a few of these other spots. Patinga's Twin, man, right there against Whitty.
There.
And at 7/8, He's 8 for 8 in the money with 2 wins in 6 seconds. My only concern maybe coming off the Lasix, but he's got that size. Everything about him screams to me, sit just off of it at 7/8, make the move, and he's going to battle you to the wire. This is a really, really good race, the City of Laurel today.
I had Batanga's Twin underneath until I realized I had to give Love Me Tender some respect
Yeah.
just based off of that Keeneland. So yeah, if you're doing a horizontal bet, just go wide on this race because there's a lot of talent here.
Now Winterfell, you've got in the
Yes.
mix. So 2 wins, open length winners for Brittany since coming in here from the Baffert barn. I really can't say anything negative. I mean, he might have to run just a shade faster. But, man, if things get contested, he could unleash the fury from the top of the lane home here. I was really going to like him if this track was like yesterday, where it had more of the moisture in it because the air gates on that off track. But another user, I think your top selection underneath. Yeah, I'd be interesting to see who really kind of gets hammered at the wood. I do think Love Me Tender off of that 95 is going to attract attention. But you're going to be able to find a little bit of value in here, and it might just come from our top selection,
Absolutely.
Celtic Contender.
8946. More from those selections there in the City of Laurel. Let's go to the finale here for Saturday, though. And a maiden claiming 45, going 3/4 of a mile in the dirt for the 2-year-old filly. Scratching the 2 Persian. You go with the number 7 on top. Ready for Magic. Troy Singh, Kevin Gomez here. Welcome back, Kevin Gomez. It's been a while since we've seen him.
Yeah, second off of a break, turf to dirt. Second off a break angle, smaller sample, good for this barn. I think back to the dirt and 6 furlongs is going to be the tonic for Ready for Magic. You're looking at the mare. She was a 7-time winner, and her I remember was just kind of sit mid-pack and make good, steady runs from off the pace. And Ready for Magic, I think, is going to have to use that tactic today because there's some faster horses in here early. Bougie Bubbles. I think Missy's Map with the blinkers might show that speed, even Silver Trinket. So looking for a little bit of a get-out horse here. Gomez at a number. Very capable rider to strike from off of it. Take a little shot with Ready for Magic. Bougie Bubbles, yes, I was screaming blinkers on last time after the debut. We didn't get them last time. We get them today. She's going to be forward, and she's going to stay the trip. And you've also got to pay attention to your top selection. Number 3, Silver Trinket. This is the first foal out of Silver Sides here for trainer Brittany Russell and Hoodwood Stable. Really good debut. I didn't expect that kind of speed going 7/8, but held okay. Came back and just lost all chance when that early traffic knocked her off her game. I do think she's capable, though, with these blinkers coming off. If she needs to rate and make a run, yes, Missy's Map. You've got this one in the mix as well. Took play in debut. Half to some really fast horses that won some races. Should be much better today with the blinkers on. I like that move. Get more involved.
There we go. 7935 for Keith Fusel there for our paddock or our race analysis. Let's go ahead, dive in further microscope here in the lightning round. Let's get right to your value plays because you got a slew of them for us today. Let's start with race number 1 here on the number 4 Vino Boulevard. Rudy Sanchez Solomon with Thais Lai Pustina. 15-1. We're sitting at 19-1 right now.
I like it. Yeah, I like the 19-1. I love that. First off the claim, second time gelding, bigger horse that did not want to be rushed. I like this one-turn mile. Stretch the legs a little bit, get it going, leaving the far turn, and just keep on chugging. Thais Lai Pustina at a big number. Okay, who's next?
Who's next is race number 4 on the number 8. 20-1 on Marvelous Mancia with Georgie Ruiz.
That's the key. Jock coming back. He's in for the stake, but don't let it get away from you here at a big, big number. Marvelous, she can be right there. I mean, win, but definite use at that kind of number to close into it.
Talking about your best bet, your only best bet of the day is in race number 6. Our jackpot super high 5 starts the late pick 4 as well. And War Master for Jamie Ness, Michael Sanchez here, 4-1 on the morning line.
All right, I got a head-to-head with my man Fisher now down in Lexington, Kentucky to do some damage for us at Equibase. But anyhow, War Master has won 3 in a row. Love him at the mile. Was able to reel in lone speed last time. A 3-5 shot kept going. I think things are a little bit more heated up front, which will make things even better for the 6 War Master.
Absolutely. Value plays, 2 value plays in race number 7. Your first value play is going to be the number 4 Ronan Goddess at 10-1. Hammy Smith, Tori Alba, who won 4, almost 5 yesterday. Yeah,
we got a couple scratches in here, though. The 1, the 6, and the 10. Clearly the 1 for Brad Cox was going to take plenty of play. But Ronan Goddess is fresh, and she likes Laurel. She's got a lot of heart. I think she's got a little bit of positional speed to lay a little closer if need be. Tori Alba gets along with her well. She brings a finish. Hammy is live in both stakes. And again, home game. with the scratch of the 1. She could be the dictator up front and take this field a long way. Bill Morey coming in here with Jamie Rodriguez.
Absolutely, and that was Keith's fourth value play there. Let's go ahead and take a rewind at the stakes yesterday. Just wanted to touch on a couple of those. Starting in the Willa on the move, of course, Miss Puchero was able to dominate in that first one and just she just get to where runaway with it.
Yeah, she was able to kind of handle, well, it was a little bit of a battle up front between Simply State, who had some adversity out of the gate, was rushed inside. But you got to like the way that Miss Puchero relaxed outside of that one around the turn. She went clear in hand, and even, as Colton said, more the assistant, the distance might have been a little bit of a question. She was getting a little bit weary there, but she did a lot, and she did it easily around the turn. Big run by Bourbon Bombay as well for second.
Yes, absolutely. And, of course, Copper Tack's back in the winner's circle here on his home track at Laurel Park. They're in the Dickey Small Stakes.
It's a good race. Elephants here jumped up and ran huge.
Yeah.
Things developed leaving the 3/8. Copper Tack and Tori, they had to tap the brakes a little bit, the 5/16, but didn't phase this guy one bit. He shifted out about 4 or 5 wide and rolled home. But good effort from Elephants here, but Copper Tack's got to love that guy.
Look forward to seeing him hopefully back in stakes action over here in Maryland, and we will go over to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches.
All right, good luck.